Yahushai's sake, right? More agents, lame, right? For Yahushai's sake, okay? And it says, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles, okay? So it says, and the Gentiles, all right? So we have the testimony of Yahushai, okay? Against them and the Gentiles, key thing, okay? And even that, bro, all the little noise campaigns and the beeping, that's basically Esau letting us know there, well, we're there, we're watching. It don't mean anything, right? They're controlled, right? And you may look at that, oh, whoa, what's going on? They're controlled by Satan. So remember, this is spiritual, right? This is spiritual. And it says, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. So this is going to be a testimony against them and, key thing, and the Gentiles. So that's going to be your time to speak. That's going to be the time to show what we're made of. It's going to happen, and not every brother's going to be in that situation. Right? Not every brother's going to be in that situation. Okay? And the Gentiles. So you're even going to have what? The other nations. Because the other nations are going to come up against the truth as well. Okay? And it says, but when they deliver you up, take no thought of how or what you shall speak. You're not going to have to. Because it's going to be given to you what to say. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. So it's Yahushua that's putting these words in our mouth just like he is now. Okay? And you've got certain people that are being hired, right, to live around you as well. You know, Esau, look, remember, we're dealing with the elites here. The elites have enough money to buy someone out, say, we'll buy you out, we're going to move you into another place, and put someone else located to where you're living or where your area is, and to have them there, posted there. Come on, look what happened with the Maccabees, which we're going to do, Lord willing, we're going to do another lesson on that, Lord willing, during the week. The elites have, remember, they have sufficient funds. Their funds don't run out, right? So they can hire people to be around you, to build contractors, government contractors. They have the means, they have the funds to do this. Okay? But we're not supposed to fear that, because we know Yahushua controls everything. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother, and shall deliver up the brother to death. It says to death. The brother should deliver up brother to death. Your own brother. Right? And you may have a biological brother in this truth. He may be against the word. So what? You keep him at arm's length. You just got to use wisdom and apply what applies to your situation. Right? And the father, the child. And a lot of times this would be because of these government agencies. They would probably ring up your father, knock on your door, say, your son, oh, we believe he's a terrorist. No, we're not. We're reading the Holy Scriptures. We're reading the Bible. We're letting you know what's about to happen. So don't fall for the hokey doke. Right? And the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. So you even have your own children. Some of you brothers have children in the faith. Esau can go to your children and corrupt their minds. Or your wife can corrupt your child's mind. And say, now we're getting them away from this. These are the things that can happen, the possibilities. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. All men. Right? For his name's sake. Okay? But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. This is about enduring to the end. These are the things we have to go through. Right? I hear brothers with that term. I don't usually use that term. It's a necessary evil. Yes, this is the necessary evil. Right? And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be the same, shall be saved. Right? This is real life. This is not a joke. I want to make sure I haven't missed anything. And we're going to go to John 16. oh no, you know what? There's more. There's John 16, right? Check this out. These things have I spoken unto you, that ye be not offended. Because those that were offended, they were doing what? They're betraying. Right? Another witch. Okay. Yeah, another witch. Okay. Bear me just a minute. Hey, these people, man, they got dark, dark spirits. Bear me just a minute. And it says, these things have I spoken unto you. Right? That ye be not offended. Okay. So we're not supposed to be offended at prophecy. Okay. They shall put you out of the synagogue. So it be known that we be put out of the synagogues. Right? Yeah, the time cometh, but whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth the Most High service. Right? So, those in that time might actually be thinking they're doing when they're not doing the Most High service. They're doing the service of what? Satan. Right? They're doing the service of their father, the devil. Satan. Right? And it says, and these things will they do unto you because they have not known the Father nor me, because they didn't acknowledge Yahweh Shai. They were blinded by their own wickedness. Right? And it says, okay, but these things, well, now the next thing, what have they sent now? They've sent a woman to walk past now. Right? Bro, that's why you don't fall for these snares, man. Don't fall for these snares. It's traps. Right? They're going to send all these things. The devil's going to send all these things. A beautiful woman your way. All these things. Right? And it says, but these things have I told you, that ye, when the time come, ye may remember that I've told you of them. So when these things come, you're going to go revert back to John 16. Okay? And it says, when these things come, ye may remember that I told you of them, and these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. But now I go my way to him that sent me, and none of you ask of me whither thou goest. Right? Because I have said these things unto you, so I have filled your heart. So the main premise of this is, these things were warned of. And when it says, they shall put you out of their synagogues, who's it talking about? They shall put you out of their synagogues. Is this talking about Esau? You do know this is talking about Israelites. You do know this is talking about Israelites that are leaders of camps. You do know that, right? You do know this is talking about elderly men as well that are in the faith. Right? This is real. Okay? You do know it's talking about men that you were laboring. You do know this is talking about men that you were saying, Shalom, elder. He's talking about these men. Not all, because we got to be balanced. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying every elder. I'm not saying that. But it was talking about particular elders over these regional points. Right? This is real. This is real life. Okay. All right. Now let's go to Acts. Now we talk about the persecution. Now let's talk about the deliverance, because there is deliverance. Okay. There is deliverance. Go to Acts 5. So like I'm amped up. I'm amped up today. Alright? This is Acts 5. Okay. This is Acts 5. I jump straight to verse. Okay. Acts 5. And jump straight to verse. I want to get straight to the point. Let's go to 12. And by the hands of the apostles, right? The apostles, and what apostles mean, a lot of individuals, they even get that term mixed up as well, right? The apostles mean sent out, right? So that's what the apostles were. The apostles were sent out, right? And that's it. Apostles were not just, oh, you're an apostle. You have to be 20, 15, 35 years in the truth to be an apostle. Apostle just means sent out, right? And it says, and by the hands of the apostles, right, were many signs and wonders wrought among the people. Okay? And they were with one accord in Solomon's porch. So there was many signs and miracles that are being done, right, by the apostles. Okay? And it says, and the rest of not joining himself to them, but the people magnified them. Okay. So it says clearly, okay, the people magnified, because there was miracles being done by Yahweh Shai. So people are magnifying Yahweh Shai, right? His word was being magnified, right? Okay. And this is the beautiful thing. Okay. The word was being magnified, put out there. Okay. And it says, and believers were more added to the Lord. So yeah, you had many believers. Okay. That are being added to the church, to the ministry. And it says multitudes of men and women. So it wasn't just men, it was men and women, both. All right, both of men and women, right? In so much that they brought forth the sick into the streets, okay, and laid them on the beds and couches, that the least of the shadow of Peter passing by might overshadow some of them. So just the shadow of Peter alone healed people. Just a shadow. People that were laying up on the beds, they were hoping. You gotta imagine it. They were hoping, please, Baba Kasha, I hope Peter walks past me just so I can be healed. So his presence alone was healing people. The shadow is your reflection, innit? So his reflection, his aura, it was healing. And guess what, brothers? That's happening now. That's happening now. So again, me want to measure everything, balance it out. Is there certain people that come amongst you, press upon you? Yahushua was pressed upon. Why was he pressed upon? Because of the power he had, right? And even Paul was pressed upon, because it's not always a bad thing, but a lot of people do it because they may see something that you don't realize you have. You have a particular aura, right? You have a particular aura about you, okay? And it says, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha. Okay. Maybe just a minute. All right, these people are pulling up their vehicles on the highway just to see what I'm doing. Okay? Because this is the light, right? We have the light. Okay? And it says, and by the passing shadow of Peter passing by might overshadow some of them. Okay? There came also a multitude of the cities round about Jerusalem, bringing sick folks and them that were vexed with unclean spirits. So we see that all the time. You may have family members, they are vexed with unclean spirits, right? Okay. And there's a particular family member. Well, I'll let you know, I don't really go too much into my business. You know, my grandma's over here, right? She came to visit. She's been over here for some time now, for Benjamin, right? And she came over here because certain certain illnesses. And since she came over, she's been slightly better. It's on and off. But guess what? That's why I'm here, right? And here, like, you see certain days she's better than others. But a lot of the times, all people need is what? The word. And the word heals our people, right? This is all our people need. Is this word. Okay? And this word is a healer. It's a healer indeed. Okay? And it says, where was I? And sick folks. So sick is nothing but, when someone's sick, it's just a demon. That's all it is. Any sick, any illness, you get a headache, you get a backache, you get what else? You're vomiting, you got nausea. What are these things? It's just demons attacking the flesh. That's all sicknesses are. The doctors are not going to tell you that. The doctors are not going to tell you that. They're going to come up with these different names and prescribe you with a medicine that you can't even pronounce. Okay. And it says, and them which were vexed with unclean spirits and were healed every one. So these things were going on. Many miracles were being done. Many people were being healed. Okay? Many people were being healed. Right? And it says, and they were healed, every one. When the high priest rose up, and they that were with him, which is the sect of the Sadducees, which were filled with the indignation. So even though there was healing being done, let me check the time. Oh, this lesson's dragging on. Oh. Alright? It says, which were the sect of the Sadducees. So you had a sect of the Sadducees, and were filled with the indignation. They were filled with wrath. Why were they filled with wrath? Hold on a minute. You had people being healed. So why would they be filled with wrath? You had people that were being healed. Right? So you had these people, they were filled with wrath. But hold on, there was a healing going on. Right? And it says, and laid their hands on the apostles and put them in common prison. Remember, these things would happen. And laid them in common prison. Okay? And it says, but the angel of the Lord Yahushua by night opened the prison doors and brought them forth and said. So the angel what? Delivered them out of prison. Alright? Go stand and speak in the temple to the people of the words of this life. So the angel delivered them and said, you're going to go right back in that same temple. Okay? And teach. And when they had heard that, they entered into the temple early in the morning and taught. But the high priest came, right? And they that were with him, and called a council together, and all the senate of the children of Israel. So it says, they were in the temple, and you had the high priest that came, and the council together. Right? Together. And all the senate of the children of Israel. So hold on. Among Israel, you had the senates of the children of Israel. So you had, what does this show you? They were a part of the beast. It says a senate.